And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to talk about it, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
And thanks for joining us at 5:30. I'm Tim Gordon. Our top story, the Supreme Court today struck down many of President Trump's tariffs. In a 6-3 decision, the justices said Trump overstepped his authority when he imposed sweeping tariffs using a law designed for a national emergency. The court also made it clear the power to tax and tariff lies with Congress, not the president. This is all raising questions about what happens to the money collected and if Americans who say the tariffs hurt them financially can be refunded. A Portland State economics professor says the real cost of the tariffs has been the uncertainty that they create.
A business perspective, from an economic perspective, that has been really the main cost of the tariff policy so far, which is that it creates a vast amount of uncertainty for businesses making decisions regarding what they're going to produce, where they're going.
The president declared a 10% global tariff today after the Supreme Court announcement. However, Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield says that announcement is much more limited in scope and can only last for 150 days. In Portland, city leaders are sounding off after a protest recently disrupted a city council meeting. They're calling it an unsettling trend. Blair Best has the latest.
Can we please call attendance? Call roll.
A Wednesday night Portland City Council meeting quickly turned into chaos. About 40 demonstrators filled council chambers, demanding the city close the Portland Ice Building, something council has said would take years. One person crossed the dais to confront city leaders, forcing councilors to evacuate. Another group blocked the lobby door. Just after 6:30, roughly 24 officers showed up, a force making up nearly every officer on the clock, putting other calls on hold.
We are not going to be tolerating vandalism or violence or threats of violence, and that's clearly the behavior that led to City Hall calling us last night.
4 people were arrested for trespassing after police say they refused to leave.
We do take a dialogue approach. There's plenty of warnings given last night. I know by security there's many attempts made to de-escalate before we actually have to go hands-on.
I think he should send his police force to enforce the law on ice rather than on peaceful protesters.
Cole Donahue was one of the demonstrators arrested.
I was chanting. I was holding space.
Along with trespassing, he's also charged with disorderly conduct.
I think it's bogus.
Do you see these protests as getting a little out of control and detrimental to other city business? Like last night they were trying to decide how to spend millions of dollars meant for housing.
Well, I'd say that those issues are important, and city council they can do 2 things at once. They can address what they wanted to address, and they can also address the existential threat of ICE in Portland.
In a statement, Mayor Keith Wilson condemned the demonstration, writing in part, "This is just another example of parachute activism, where those seeking a backdrop for their political theatrics choose Portland. Out of the 4 arrested individuals, only 1 is an actual resident of our city. Disruptions like those we saw last night pose serious safety risks." The other 3 arrested, including Cole, are from Beaverton.
We're certainly seeing increased intensity, particularly in these City Hall public hearings, which, as I said earlier, is very disappointing and very unsettling.
That was Blair Best reporting. Developing tonight, detectives in Battleground are trying to figure out who's been shooting animals with blow darts. Police seized these blowguns when they searched a home earlier this week, but they say they're still trying to pin down the suspects. In November, officers started getting reports of a group of young men shooting raccoons, squirrels, deer, and ducks with the darts. One duck that was hit by a dart was rescued. Some of the darts also got stuck in homes. Families who've had their lives upended by drunk drivers are hoping their stories will convince lawmakers in Washington to change the state's law. A bill would lower the blood alcohol content threshold from 0.08 to 0.05. It's passed out of the Senate and is now onto the House. Chelly Khoury says her 12-year-old son was hit and killed by a drunk driver while walking home from a park. The driver admitted he was drunk and high at the time. Now Khoury is hoping this bill will save lives.
By passing this bill, we aren't just changing a law. We're choosing a different legacy, proving to the next generation that we will no longer tolerate the preventable devastation of drinking and driving.
Critics of the bill worried that the new standard would unfairly hold employees of bars and restaurants liable for over-serving. The House Community Safety Committee is scheduled to vote on the bill next Tuesday. Also in Washington, people are weighing in on a first-of-its-kind bill in Olympia aimed at making artificial intelligence more transparent. House Bill 1170 passed out of the House last week and will have its first committee hearing in the Senate. It would require clear labeling and notification whenever content is created or altered by AI. The sponsor of the bill, Democratic State Representative Clyde Shavers, says the goal is about keeping truth within reach, as technology makes it harder to tell what's real online. Meantime, new algorithms are helping robots navigate an Amazon fulfillment center in Washington faster and smarter. But as Madeline Carter reports, that's raising some big questions about the future of human jobs.
From conveyors and elevators to the hands of employees.
Come with me.
This was no doubt the most fascinating stop on our tour at Amazon's Kent Fulfillment Center.
This is what we call our Amazon robotics floor.
Senior Operations Manager Antonella Godoy walked us through the area where more than 3,000 robots are trained to handle packages throughout the 4-story building.
This is the only and closest robotics center to Seattle.
Robot technology isn't new here. It's been part of the operation for more than a decade. But what's changing are the brains behind the bots.
We have been improving as we go, as new technology comes out.
New algorithms are constantly upgrading how these mobile robots move, improving speed and efficiency while sharpening obstacle avoidance.
As you can see, the drives right by me, they're not moving because I'm here and my vest is solid green, so it's a safety feature.
Without this technology, this fulfillment center would look entirely different. It would be people responsible for moving those pods, not robots. And it's only up from here.
It's always going to get better, especially with AI now. And I think at some point, these items are going to pick itself.
Earlier this year, Amazon announced it would cut 16,000 corporate jobs to streamline operations and free up money for AI investments. That's on top of 14,000 corporate workers laid off last fall. So are these machines replacing Amazon jobs or reshaping them? In Manny Thompson's case,
without these, I wouldn't have a job. My job is based on these.
They created one.
I have to make sure that these robots are always moving and nothing's blocking them.
As an Amnesty technician, his job is to keep the floor clear, so these Roomba-like robots can follow QR codes on the ground like coordinates on a map. From here, it's a fast track to your doorstep.
Well, still ahead, how a small-town Oregon wool maker is helping dress Team USA at the Winter Olympics. And a local family's passion for salsa turned into a world champion dream. how they're moving a community here in Portland. Now let's dance on over to Matt. Matt, there he goes. Look at him go.
I don't have the moves at all, but it'll be fun to watch that story because they certainly do. All right, at the Reserve Golf Course, it's cloudy out there right now. It is 45 degrees. There's been a few showers out along the Oregon coast. There's going to be a whole lot more rain coming our way this weekend.
I'm Matthew Herchick, new morning anchor at KGW. I'm a huge sports fan, and I know I might be from the Buckeye State, but I'm excited to explore what the Rose City has to offer. I want to make sure you're prepared for the day, whether it's bringing you breaking news or sharing those inspirational stories that make you smile. We've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to Portland's #1 streaming newscast, Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Welcome back. As the Winter Olympics come to a close this weekend, Team USA will take the world stage one last time for the closing ceremony. And part of what they'll wear was actually started right here in Oregon. Corey Johnson takes a look at how a local wool company is woven into America's Olympic moment.
Jean Carver heads Maupin-based Shanico Wool Company, a group of ranches in the West. Her Olympic connection started with a call years ago.
I got a call from Ralph Lauren, product development researcher, looking for American yarn, and of course I had it.
Since then, Carver has worked with Ralph Lauren to provide wool products used for USA Winter Olympic uniforms for 5 games, including the 2026 Winter Games in Milan Cortina. Shanico wool is part of the toggle coat, pants, ear flap hat, mittens, and sweaters for the opening ceremony, as well as the closing ceremony sweater and beanie.
It makes it more personal to us, more intimate to us, to have just a small part of supporting our athletes.
For Carver and the ranch families involved, the partnership goes beyond fashion.
It's humbling and it fills you with pride, and it connects us to our Olympic athletes, our sport legends for America. It connects us in a way we would never be otherwise.
She says the recognition from the major brand helps sustain ranching families and the land they depend on.
It ensures the future of our family on those lands, but it also ensures, with the health of the land, our collective future. But that work is kind of timeless and mostly forgotten. So when Ralph Lauren uses our name as a partner and elevates our work, they change our daily life in a way nothing else does.
Corey Johnson bringing us that story. And speaking of the Olympics, here's a look at some of what's happening on primetime tonight on KGW and NBC. At 8:03, it's the men's final in aerials. Then at 8:26 sharp, speed skating with the women's 1500 meter. And at 9:05 and 9:58, free ski and the men's half pipe final. Good stuff. We were watching it live today, and it's always great in primetime.
It is. It really is. And I was doing the same thing, too. So, boy, it goes fast.
It
does. I mean, it's hard to believe there's only a couple more days left.
Yeah,
right.
super.
But still a lot of great events, including Skimo tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And then the gold medal hockey game this weekend, along with a lot of other great stuff.
Be watching.
Oh, for sure. Let's take you outside right now. Take a look at Mount Hood in the fading light. You could say, Tim, you could say in the gloaming.
In the gloaming.
I think Walt Whitman once said that.
Oh, did he say that too? Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, look that up for me and see if I'm probably wrong. But nonetheless, we can see Mount Hood in the fading light. We'll go with that. 46 degrees. And the wind is still out of the south-southeast right now, but it's going to be a strong east wind tomorrow and tomorrow night. Today's high, 47. Right? I mean, it's below average by about 5 degrees, so nothing to write home about either way. Some 50s on the Oregon coast, but mainly 30s and 40s around the great state of Oregon today. Now, we've had a few showers on the north coast. There's a few more bubbling up down around Newport right now, as this system that's reaching into southern Oregon and northern California is just throwing a few showers our way. There's another weak system here off the north coast. Neither of these all that impressive. They're getting washed out by this big area of cold air dropping south from Alaska, but it's going to drop straight south over the Pacific, so that in turn will actually send warmer air over the northwest. We'll see the snow level go up, but not so high that we'll lose all the new snow that we've gotten. In the last week, Timberline's picked up 26 inches, so it's gotten a lot better on the mountain compared to what it looked like, again, a few weeks ago. East winds, though, that's going to be part of the big story for tomorrow and into really Saturday night, and Sunday they'll begin to back off. But you can see there's some pretty good snowfall modeled here in the Cascades on Saturday. And then Saturday, there's a little bit of a break Saturday evening, more rain coming in Saturday night, and then another batch of precipitation coming our way on Sunday. I think it's going to be the Sunday night, Monday rainfall and mountain snow that is the heaviest. The snow level goes up on Monday to about 5,000, 5,500 feet around Mount Hood, but still most of the ski slopes will still get snow. And boy, there's going to be some decent rainfall coming our way too as we roll through the last weekend of the month of February. So there's that pool of cool air staying offshore, and then it just sort of weakens. It'll get modified from below by the warmer waters that it'll be residing over. It moves on down to the south and west. And the jet stream somewhat split, and we're kind of right in the middle, which is not a good place to be if you want precipitation. This is next Monday, and that low, the remnants of it, come back on shore and probably will bring us some precipitation at that time. But in the meantime, snowfall in the Cascades, boy, the modeling has really backed off on it. I think we'll end up with more than 6 inches in the Oregon Cascades really just tonight, tomorrow night, through tomorrow night, but doesn't look like a super productive pattern for us, but it's better than nothing, right? 47 degrees right now. The freezing level is still low at 2,900 feet. On the Oregon coast, it's going to be a rainy weekend. The winds are going to come up out of the southeast to about 25, maybe some gusts to 35. In the valleys, just rainy, lows above freezing, highs near 50. Should make 52 in Corvallis. And again, rain tomorrow, rain on Sunday. In the Cascades, snow, 4 to 8 inches new by, say, Sunday morning. So again, that's not bad. Snow level rising tomorrow to 4,000 feet. Goes up to about 5,000, maybe 5,500 feet on Monday, but then it comes back down to about 3,000 feet after that. For Portland, rain, windy, East County especially, gusts of about 30 miles an hour. Here's the 7-day forecast. Rainy and breezy tomorrow. Rainy on Sunday, but the east winds will begin to back off. And then rain again on Monday. Breaks up into sun and showers on Tuesday. And right now, Wednesday and Thursday look dry, morning fog and afternoon sun still that time of year. And then some showers perhaps touching us again on Friday. But all in all, a wet February week. Good weekend to just watch the Olympics.
It really is. It's a perfect way to do it. Yeah,
Really
for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
In the gloaming.
In the gloaming.
An old Scottish parlor song from 1877.
Ah.
I don't see Walt having
Don't see
used
Walt
it after
in-
that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, okay. Well, but an old Scottish parlor song. You can never have enough of those.
No,
Andy.
parlor songs are very good. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Well, coming up, big changes continue at PDX. We get an update on what travelers will see next and when the final renovation phase opens to the public.
Hi, I'm Christine Padawanich. I'm a journalist at KGW, and I love exploring Portland's amazing food scene. New spot? I'm there. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the good stuff that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
Welcome back. At PDX, construction crews are working on some finishing touches to the main terminal. Alma McCarty got out there and walks us through the changes that could get you to and from your gate a little faster.
PDX's brand new terminal was unveiled about a year and a half ago, but there was still work to be done. 30% of the project on both the north and south ends. On Thursday, we got a look at the progress behind these walls.
So you've been able to see phase one to date. When we designed it, we evaluated the look and feel of the terminal, the passenger movement around the terminal.
And in June, the space will fully expand, opening up even more to the public.
So as we open up phase two, which is the second 30% of the project, you'll see continuation of the theme of a walk in the forest.
The Port of Portland boasting shorter walks and streamlined exits. More bathrooms, more shops and restaurants, and more art.
This is one of 10 that are coming in during phase two. So we're thrilled that this one is complete.
This mosaic inspired by Mount Hood, crafted by artist Deani Whitehawk.
Really a celebration of the mountain and day and nighttime cycles.
In terms of a timeline, the South Bypass is already gone, meaning you can go directly between concourses B and C. The North Bypass follows next month, replaced with a direct route between D and E gates. In April, after you land at PDX, instead of going out the exit by the stadium stairs, you can use new exits on the south and north ends of the terminal. Final touches wrap up in June.
We'll still have a little bit of tail end type of work, getting the gates back up in the midpoint. When Alaska opens up their new lounge, we'll demo the old Alaska lounge and build some restrooms there.
And between now and summer, businesses will open up too on a rolling schedule before and after security.
100% of them are local brands, making sure that all of our different businesses, small and large, are represented here at PDX.
Work on baggage claim, which is not a part of this particular project, will also continue through next year. At PDX, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
I'm Trina Green, a morning anchor at KGW and new dog mom to this sweet guy. Meet Barry. I love getting your mornings off to a great start, whether it's sharing stories of resilience and triumph in our community, or following breaking news from Beaverton to Gresham and everywhere in between. We've got you covered, because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to KGW Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
In today's Pacific Storyland, we're going dancing because Portland, it turns out, is home to one of the most renowned salsa dancing families in the world. And as Catherine Cook and photojournalist Kyle Connolly show us, it all started with a love story.
In Brandon Ayala's salsa class, it starts as just dancing. Till you realize salsa is a heartbeat. It's part of Brandon and his whole family. He and his brother Bryant co-own Lions Dance Academy in Portland and Hillsborough. Their brother Benny runs his own studio in Seattle. And their parents, their heartbeats are completely in sync.
I mean, every time they dance, it just brings such a smile to my face. I just feel joy.
I think the reason why we have so much passion in what we do is because of my parents.
I always told my family I was going to be a dance teacher, and they always told me no.
As a young girl living in Hillsborough, Analine Villaraldo remembers watching this old video of salsa dancers in Mexico City. This dancer was her favorite.
I was like, one day I will dance like that.
20 years later, at a community dance, she spotted her future husband, Hermenegildo Gonzalez Rodriguez.
I was sitting down, and then I saw someone far away from me that it was dancing so nice, and I was like, I don't know, it's something that he has something that he's dancing, but I don't know what it is. It's like I know him.
Months went by. They fell in love, then discovered something as romantic as salsa itself. The guy in that video, that was Hermenegildo.
Oh, my mom's Justin Bieber. She was a fangirl.
I never knew that life was going to cross paths with him. Met my husband, he has the same dream as me.
Their dream, becoming world champion salsa dancers. A dream their sons took over and realized. Last month, the Ayalas and fellow Lions Academy dancers won the group competition at the Latin Dance Summit Championships in New Jersey. Dancers from more than 40 countries were there to challenge them.
Yeah, like the Olympics. With our hard work, I feel like people, worldwide are now, they recognize it.
For the Ayalas, trophies and recognition mean a lot, but not as much as dance itself and what it can do.
All of us, we suffer so much stress. And in 1 hour, they come to dance.
Feel free, feel happy, feel joy in a time that's hard.
And we love the responsibility of being able to provide that for anybody, yeah, and do it through Latin culture.
In Northwest Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Love that salsa. If you have an idea for Pacific Storyland, Catherine would love to hear from you. You can text us at 503-226-5088 or email pacificstoryland@kgw.com. Well, stay with us because we have another full hour of news coming up in just 2 minutes. In the meantime, let's check out this view from our sky camera up on Mount Hood. Your top stories are straight ahead.